Get fired up for not one, but two of the hottest teens on Earth. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
They are the richest self-made teenagers in the world.
Hollywood's little girls are all grown up, and everyone, everywhere is dying to get near them.
Mary-Kate and Ashley are in very high demand right now.
Mary-Kate and Ashley!
From Mary-Kate and Ashley's supermodel style,
you can tell by their labels, their tastes are expensive.
And their covert security detail,
their bodyguards are like their Secret Service team.
To their over-the-top getaways.
We just got back from Rome.
And we'll unlock the door to their brand new apartment in New York.
It's like living on the deck of the boat all year round.
Everything about the girls' lives is blessed. Even their jewelry.
I saw Mary-Kate at a concert, and she noticed my ring. And we got to talking about what it meant. She got it right away. It was about enlightened being, she said.
If you think the life of an Olsen twin is kid stuff, think again.
They're forces to be reckoned with.
This is the fabulous life of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. The typical teenage girl. She wears Gap jeans, drinks Coca-Cola, works for minimum wage, hopes someone asks her to the prom, and dreams of what life would be like if only she was rich, famous, and drop-dead gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
But 17-year-olds Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen aren't dreaming of a better life. They're living it.
The Olsen twins are redefining what it means to be 17.
They are the richest self-made teenagers in the world.
They're part of the power elite. They're forces to be reckoned with.
From expensive cars and killer couture to their all-access VIP party pass, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen are living twice as large as everyone else on Earth.
We're just like regular girls. We work sometimes and a lot, but we're still down to earth and normal.
Normal? I don't think so. From the minute they get up in the morning, Mary-Kate and Ashley aren't living like the other high school kids their age.
They've had an experience like the Truman Show. I mean, they've grown up in front of millions of people. They will never be normal teenagers.
Starting with their totally atypical schooling.
We get to work with tutors, so that helps.
They've basically had on-set tutors their entire lives. They're actually enrolled in a regular school, but they're hardly ever there.
We go to regular school when we're not working. We try to go once a week.
And when you go to a $40,000 a year private school in Los Angeles, once-a-week trips aren't cheap. It breaks down to about $2,000 every time they attend class. When they do go to school, Mary-Kate and Ashley aren't getting there on the school bus. They drive these fully loaded $75,000 Range Rover SUVs.
When you're first getting your first car, you're hoping that your parents will, get you something if you're lucky. Most people in this world cannot afford a Range Rover.
And while most girls spend senior year dreaming of prom night, Mary-Kate and Ashley had better things to do.
They decided to skip their prom, which is every girl's dream, to host Saturday Night Live.
I think spending it on the stage at Saturday Night Live is probably the equivalent for them.
But don't worry, they didn't totally miss their prom, because in the world of Mary-Kate and Ashley, if you can't go to the prom comes to you.
Instead of being with their friends come out to the show, and they get to have some of that prom experience.
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
Mary-Kate and Ashley are in very high demand right now. I think everybody wants them at their party. They could go out all night long, every single day of the year if they wanted to.
Mary-Kate and Ashley have an all-access party pass to the most star-studded events on Earth.
Mary-Kate and Ashley probably receive about 100 invitations a week. They have to be ultra particular about what they attend because it's all about the image.
I honestly don't really like going out. I would rather stay home with a good friend and just stay home and eat, watch TV, than go to some stupid party.
But when they do decide to tear it up, the girls definitely throw one hell of a party, with a little help from Hollywood's Uber event planner, Sharon Sachs.
I'm Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's event planner. I'm kind of like the black credit card for American Express. I'm a little expensive. For my fee, $25,000 to $500,000, depending on how much money you want to spend.
Money was no object for Mary-Kate and Ashley's 16th birthday in 2002. So they rented out LA's exclusive Morton's restaurant and transformed it into a nightclub.
We brought in lounge furniture, we brought in stainless steel dance floors. It was like entering the most exclusive nightclub, and it was their club.
I think the most extravagant thing about the girls' 16th birthday party was the amount of security they had there.
There is security for them, there has been security, and there will continue to be. Beyond that, I really can't say.
Think your mom and dad are protective? Mary-Kate and Ashley employ a security squad that rivals the president's.
Their bodyguards are like their Secret Service team. They're pretty much like the first daughters. Everybody knows who they are. There's no way that they can go anywhere without being mobbed.
To keep the onlookers at bay, Mary-Kate and Ashley have been known to travel with up to 7 bodyguards at a time. But good luck spotting them.
You'll probably never notice the security around them, and that's quite intentional.
They're the type of security that is either 10 paces ahead or 10 paces behind, keeping a watchful eye on the girls, making sure that they're going to be able to live a normal life and feel safe.
Safe and normal? Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Coming up, it's 2 times the spending and 2 times the stuff.
They love clothes, they love to shop, so they spend money.
Plus, check out Mary-Kate and Ashley's new view from the top.
It's like living on the deck of a boat all year round.
And later, you'll find out how the Olsen twins became the richest self-made teenagers in the world.
Most child stars continue trying to look for sitcom work. They don't start their own moguldoms.
When the fabulous life of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen continues. How can you easily tell fraternal twins Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen apart? Ashley's an entire inch taller than the 5'1" Mary-Kate. And these days, Mary-Kate's hair is brown while Ashley is a blonde. But though the Olsen twins might have their subtle differences, one thing about them is exactly the same. When they spend money, they spend it big time.
The Olsen twins buy the most expensive things out there.
They love, spa treatments, they love to travel, they love clothes, they love to shop, so they spend money.
I think it's pretty safe to assume that they shop quite a lot.
These girls are not your average 17-year-old girls who are sort of reading the pages of Cosmo trying to figure out what to wear. These girls are the pages of Cosmo.
I'm wearing Calvin Klein. I'm wearing a vintage dress.
No matter what Mary-Kate and Ashley wear, it all costs big bucks.
You can tell by their labels, their tastes are expensive.
Ashley likes Prada, Chanel, Marni, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, Manolo Blahnik. Her sister, on the other hand, spends her money on a lot of really cool vintage wear, while Ashley will be in like her Jimmy Choo heels, Mary-Kate will be in her Marc Jacobs flats.
And while it's normal in Hollywood to spend $600 on heels and $400 on flats, it takes a really keen fashion sense to spend $200 on clogs.
These are the shoes that Mary-Kate and Ashley like to wear. All the leathers are imported from Brazil and Italy. The stones I use exclusively Swarovski crystals. I like things to be bright and fun. I like things to make a statement. They're really unique, and they stand out.
And Bridget's shoes are worn by the biggest stars in Hollywood, like Julia Roberts, Cameron Diaz, and of course, Mary-Kate and Ashley. But the Olsens got their feet in them a year before the rest.
Mary-Kate and Ashley have awesome taste, and they're trendsetters. When Mary-Kate and Ashley wear these shoes, everybody's going to want them.
Mary-Kate and Ashley are such trendsetters that when they donned these $685 Chanel motorcycle boots in the September 2003 issue of YM magazine, girls everywhere desperate to look just like them sent the boots into back order. The very same day the magazine hit the stands.
And this is stuff that a lot of girls can't afford, so that they have to save up for it. Like the motorcycle boots that they wore in a photo shoot, they see the Olsen girls wearing it, they want it.
Even when it is a $75,000 solid gold vintage Rolex watch. The Olsen sisters each have one of their own.
We're not talking about like your average Rolex watch, which is really expensive. We're talking about vintage ones that are $75,000.
Teenagers all over are wanting vintage gold Rolexes.
But over-the-top timepieces aren't enough in the world of Mary-Kate and Ashley. Because their bling's not just big, their bling is blessed.
It's about seeing God in all things. It's a unifying symbol. I saw Mary-Kate at a concert, and she noticed my ring, and we got to talking about what it meant. She got it right away. It was about enlightened being, she said.
Mary-Kate and Ashley get all this enlightenment encrusted in diamonds and personally blessed by designer Maria Mancuso-Gersh for up to $3,000 per jewel.
Mary-Kate and Ashley liked the jewelry because it is glamorous and because it's spiritual. There's no reason why those two things can't happen together.
They're very spiritual girls. With Mary-Kate and Ashley, what you see is absolutely what you get.
Mary-Kate and Ashley are going to be at NYU. They're going to be students living on their own for the first time in an apartment in New York.
Most college kids during their freshman year enroll in the 4x6 dorm room.
But not Mary-Kate and Ashley. The typical college dorm room is a 200-square-foot space with a pair of twin-sized beds, wooden desks, microscopic closets, and one small square window. Mary-Kate and Ashley's place is a bit different.
It's all glass with wrap-around living rooms to take in the maximum of the vistas and the views. It's like living on the deck of a boat all year round.
But better. Mary-Kate and Ashley combined two luxurious riverfront units in New York's posh West Village to make one palatial 4-bedroom spread.
It's a dream home for anybody, let alone a college freshman.
And while the standard NYU dorm room runs around $9,000 a year, Mary-Kate and Ashley's place set them back $3.5 million.
They're excited to come to New York. I know that the other one's going to be there, so what's really to worry about?
Well, the only time they've ever been separated is when they went to camp separately. I don't think it worked out very well.
The twins go everywhere together. And when they fly, they do it on this private Gulfstream 4 jet. Tricked out with a private service staff, gold detailing, and luxury leather interior. The cost to lease and maintain Mary-Kate and Ashley's Gulfstream 4, over $2.5 million a year.
Mary-Kate and Ashley pretty much travel exclusively in their private jet.
They travel all over the world.
In a month, they'll travel in the jet and go to Tokyo,
Toronto,
Paris,
New York,
Germany,
Rome.
We just got back from Rome.
Mary-Kate and Ashley do not do the typical spring break in Daytona Beach.
Life is good. That's for sure. The Olsens prefer the white sand beaches and celebrity style of Cabo San Lucas, where they stay in the oceanfront rooftop terrace suite at the Las Ventanas Spa. 2 floors with private sundeck and jacuzzi for $1,100 a night.
The sand is beautifully raked every single morning. There is a divine infinity pool that traverses the property. It's very discreet, so I think they feel somewhat safe there.
In 2002, Mary-Kate and Ashley spent 30 days straight vacationing at Las Ventanas, racking up a near $40,000 bill.
For the Olsens, who have $1 billion in their bank account, it's nothing.
With Mary-Kate and Ashley, it's all relative. Coming up, It's the two-woman empire that's already made them millions.
We do hats, handbags, shoes, sunglasses. We have 47 categories.
And you won't believe your ears when we tell you just how fat their fortune is.
They're sitting on a company that is potentially worth $1 billion.
When the fabulous life of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen continues. VH1 and Us Magazine team up to bring you the fabulous lives of your favorite celebrities. And if you want to shop like Mary-Kate and Ashley, go to vh1.com and visit our Little Black Book section. Check out the July 2003 cover of Vanity Fair and you'll see Hollywood's hottest teen stars. Amanda Bynes, Mandy Moore, Hilary Duff, and the Olsen twins. Yet while the other girls may be hot, Mary-Kate and Ashley are on fire, with a net worth 10 times larger than all of the other girls on the cover combined.
They've been a big influence on young actresses who now want to start their own fragrance lines, health and beauty lines, and want to become mini moguls just like Mary-Kate and Ashley.
We don't even think of it. We don't in a financial way at all. Financial way, we just keep doing it because we love it.
The Olsen sisters started acting before their first birthday when they were both cast to play Michelle Tanner on the hit 80s sitcom Full House, eventually banking $150,000 per episode.
When we were 9 months old, our mom took us on an interview for Full House. We didn't cry, so they picked us.
Even though Full House wrapped in 1995, Mary-Kate and Ashley continue to appear on TV 35 times a week in more than 100 countries worldwide.
Every single time Full House airs, these girls get paid. So they've already gotten $3 million in syndication rights, and that show's not going off the air anytime soon.
When Full House was canceled, it was sad for them, but it wasn't the end of their career. We knew better.
Since then, the Olsen twins have made a killing releasing a series of straight-to-video movies grossing $500 million to date. And in May 2004, the Olsens hit the big screen as co-stars of their first big feature film, New York Minute, nabbing a $10 million paycheck and catapulting themselves from Kids' Choice to Hollywood A-list.
Very, very unusual for first-time movie actresses to get $5 million apiece for a movie. They're getting it because they have such a huge following.
It's an honor that we have so many loyal fans.
One of the reasons why they have so many fans is because they inspire young girls to be little entrepreneurs.
Shortly after they turned 6 years old, they became co-founders of their own company. Most child stars continue trying to look for sitcom work. They don't start their own moguldoms.
The Olsen mini moguls head up their own company, Jewel Star Entertainment, selling everything Mary-Kate and Ashley, from dolls, book bags, and jewelry to perfume, makeup, and clothing.
These girls have, I think, every category of product that could possibly be sold with their name and their brand on it.
If we weren't acting, I'd want to be a fashion designer until we got to do that.
They get to do it all. Even design their own brand of clothing and accessories with the help of their former stylist, Judy Schwartz.
We do hats, handbags, shoes, opticals, sunglasses, watches. I mean, we have 47 categories. I collect a lot of different ideas and I sit down with the girls and we decide which trends would be good for their brand.
And what's good for the brand is good for the girls. In 2003 alone, the Mary-Kate and Ashley line raked in revenues of $400 million.
A lot of kids were trying to emulate what they were wearing, and I thought, you know what, this is ridiculous. So I mentioned it to the girls, and they're like, yeah, let's do it.
Cute. The skirts are cute. I like this. We don't like these.
Think Spielberg's got it good? He's got nothing on Mary-Kate and Ashley. DreamWorks and other power brands like Timex, Revlon, and even Yahoo don't rake it in like the Olsen's Jewel Star. To date, the Jewel Star empire has grossed over $1 billion.
That means they're sitting on a company that is potentially worth $1 billion.
For centuries, tradition has been made of counting down the time to groundbreaking events like the first walk on the moon, the fall of the Berlin Wall, and Y2K. But in 2004, it's all about another earth-shattering event, Mary-Kate and Ashley's 18th birthday.
I've been waiting a long time.
Yeah, this summer we have our birthday and we'll be turning 18.
My God, this is the year they're turning 18. They've been talking about the countdown to the girl's 18th birthday since God knows how long.
18 is an important year for them, but for personal reasons.
As 18-year-olds, Mary-Kate and Ashley are presidents of their Jewel Star company, gaining access to over $100 million each.
These girls deserve every penny. They're completely self-made and they've done nothing but work for their entire lives.
They are very smart about their money. They have enough money that they never have to worry about money.
Estimates of Mary-Kate and Ashley's combined wealth range from $200 to $300 million. And they're just getting started.
By the time they're 21 years old, it's predicted that they're going to be billionaires.
They've pretty much lived a perfect lifestyle in front of the camera and never misstepped once.
It's not like it just was given to us. We've worked very hard for everything. We've earned it.
Boogie.